Ese'Eja community leaders Cesar Hoheji and Carlos De Javiso will join Associate Professor Rosalie Roland Dow and human rights lawyer Priscilla Rodriguez to discuss a cultural mapping initiative.
Cultural mapping is a process by which we work with a community to identify, to address issues that are relevant to them, and then to identify cultural and historical resources, networks, strengths, to address the issues that they identify as important. And the cultural mapping process also involves identifying challenges that they face as a community. So in May of this year, we traveled to Peru, we being a group of professors and 4 undergraduate students, and we joined leaders of the Ese'Eja community. We actually worked in 3 different Ese'Eja communities, and we spent 3 weeks there conducting this cultural mapping work, which has 3 components. One is cultural and historical documentation and preservation, educational programming, and then a plan de vida, which is a community plan for the community where they identify how they want to move forward as a community. So like many indigenous communities in the Amazon, the Ese'Eja face threats to their ways of life and to their natural environment from outside pressures.
So these restrictions being put on them by the government, by the borders, by the protected lands, and all these, and the pollution, they're really hindering their ability to continue living and thriving in the areas that they do. So when you think hunter-gatherer, you think living off the land, and that is being hindered. So we had different members of the community just from memory draw maps of territories that they remember. So where they fish, where they hunt, things that they remember their parents taking them to, places they go regularly for fishing. These maps will be used in the educational programming, but they will also be used in the effort to gain access to the ancestral lands for legal means.
So moving forward, as I said, this is very much a work in progress. So some of the things that we're working on now that we have all these materials and information are a documentary hardback book that will be published in Spanish and English that has a lot of the beautiful images that the photographers captured, as well as chapters describing the territorial issues, the ways of living, and all those sorts of things. We have a traveling exhibit that will be, it's not yet complete, but that is being worked on at the moment. In fact, we were at Old College this morning looking at some of the materials that we brought back from Peru that undergraduate students are participating in preserving. And there's a professional writing class of undergraduates who will be working on the exhibit catalog. So those are some of the ways that undergraduate students continue to be involved in the project.
The idea is with the Ese'Eja community and the team from University of Delaware and their students is to try to get formal lawsuit, an international lawsuit, trying to reivindicate their territorial land. They do not have more access to their ancestral lands because the government expelled them. The government created these natural protected areas. The government is not really protecting this land, which means that they don't have more longer access to clean water, food, fish, animals. What we need is access to the Amazonic hospital. What they mean is our hospital is a rainforest and our life is in the rainforest. Really, what we are facing here is a death of life issue. These people in the 19th were about 15,000 to 25,000 population. Now, there are not even 600 members. With the creation of the natural protected areas,
ha sido para nosotros duro.
It's been very hard for us.
Duro porque en realidad no tenemos formación profesional en derecho,
It's very hard because we really don't
entre
have
otras carreras
the
profesionales,
knowledge and
para
law,
poder
among other
enfrentar
professional careers
al
to
Estado
face the government,
y reclamar nuestro derecho, poner
to
en
claim our
mesa,
right,
en debate y
put
para decir,
our
este es
right
nuestro
on the
territorio,
table and say this is our
en
territory,
donde
where
que los ancestros nos han dejado como un legado histórico,
which our ancestors gave us
como
as
un patrimonio,
as
territorio
as
para el bien de
our
nuestra
territory,
población, ¿no?
for the good of our community.
También quiero recordar la historia que pasó en el 2000,
And the territory
que es la vida
that is the life
Y un indígena Ese'Eja sin su
And an
territorio
indigenous,
es
an
como si no
Ese'Eja
tendría
indigenous,
vida
without a
porque no
territory
tiene
is like
su
a
donde su
non-Ese'Eja. So we
mercado
want
y
to
van a
show that we
compartir.
are going to continue
Y
respecting
estamos
the nature
compartiendo
in the past, as
al
we did
mundo
in
que
the
nuestra
past, and we're going to
cultura
do it in
es
the future.
muy
And
valioso
share our culture
y
because it's very
originario,
valuable
netamente
and
originario y respetando a la
original,
naturaleza.
respecting the nature.